A bear poked its head up out of the bushes. Whew. And today I am starting my 7-day solo trip. I'm just on Coon Lake, so it's just my access lake, and I'm working on getting to my first portage. Heading to Vixen today. Essentially, that way and up. So, first portage, first break-in. Alright, I just got to finish my first actual portage, if you don't include the tiny one from where you park. So now I am on the start of Little Turtle Lake. So, that was a nice warm-up though. Makes me feel better getting it done as well as I did, because it makes me feel a lot more confident for the next long one. All right, time to get going. Beautiful. Nice little cascade as you go through the portage. Very nice little spot, little buggy, but nice. Love waterfalls. Woohoo! I just finished my last portage from Shark to Vixen Lake, and now it's time to find camp and set up. I am ready for a break for tonight. Might not be hard for everyone, but to me it was nice. A little bit of a challenge, not too bad, but I didn't overdo it, so it's fantastic. I'm absolutely proud of myself. Oh, so glad. There's the Vixen to Shark Lake portage. And then the put-in. Get the rest of the way onto Vixen. Of course, I'm pretty sure the wind's going against me. I don't think I ever have wind going at my back. Just got to my campsite on Vixen. The boat's down there, and I had to hike up this little hill. Really nice little forested campsite. Really nice, just my gear bomb there, some clothes hanging, and then I got my hammock set up back there. Fire pit full of garbage, ash. It's not so bad, but garbage. Yeah, it's a nice little spot though. Probably one of my favorites on Vixen at least. Two different lines for my hangs, my food hangs. So essentially the first rope that goes up, there's a carabiner on the end that goes almost to the tree branch, and that carabiner is hooked into the rope that goes down, and the carabiner up top kind of acts like a pulley, so it just makes it a little bit smoother to pull your food up while it's heavy. Better than a tree branch, at least. I've lost a lot of ropes just from the tree branch friction. Well, I've been hiding away in my hammock the last 2 hours, trying my best not to fall asleep, which didn't work. I didn't think it would, but it's an absolutely beautiful sunset just poking into the trees there. Camp's almost squared away. It's the morning of day 2. Didn't have a fire last night, so that garbage is still there, unfortunately. But it started raining at about 6, so I took cover. Yeah, looking pretty decent considering, besides the garbage in the fire pit, but yeah. Now it's on to Cherry Lake today. Probably about 4 hours. just finished the last part of the portage from Louts to Compass. Now we just got a steep downhill to do once I get onto the end of Compass, and a couple more 30-meter or so portages before I'm on Cherry. Today's just one of those days though. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at the water. I just have no energy though. So glad I took this way instead of the harder route through Mountain Lake and Stop Log. Such a nice little waterfall. This is why I'm portaging at this moment. But the view is amazing. Just coming out of that waterfall area, and I'm on my last portage, which is only like 15 meters. But it's around this cool thing. It's like a rock wall of some sort. I highly doubt that can be natural, but it's in the middle of the park, so it would have been quite the work to try and get all the rocks moved there. So, I don't know. If anyone has any ideas of what this was used for, I would love to know. Maybe just a makeshift dam. Oh, interesting though. Got to my site at Cherry Lake. It's a beautiful view. Absolutely enjoy it. That side's a little weedy, but that's okay. And the site itself is fantastic. I'm a little sheltered from the sun, which is good after today because I've been in it constantly. Very clean. Just overall, it's nice. It's open even though it's forested. It's not just covered in brush. And the fire pit's pretty much empty. There is a beer can in it though, but oh well. Just unpacking. I'm gonna be figuring out where to put my hammock for the night. Fish constantly jumping. Let's see if I can catch it. Just sitting here, eating my supper, and enjoying the sunset. The colors are just getting more and more amazing. Caught 2 more fish. Wasn't anything to get the camera out for. Same size as the first one. But other than that, not much fish, but we'll see how it goes maybe a little later on. I also might just crawl in a bit. Read a bit. Well, I've packed up everything and hung my food, so decided it is time to lie down and rest my back. And it is thanking me for it. So I'm just gonna lie here and probably read until it gets too dark. I don't like using my headlamp because there's only 2 brightness features. And yeah, when it's dark, I'll probably just go to sleep. I'll wake up in the morning to probably the sun coming directly in to my face. But there are worse things to wake up to. So hopefully it's a beautiful view as soon as I wake up. See you tomorrow. Morning of day 3. I was pretty sure the sun was gonna come up right there. And I have a branch right there. Just blocking it a tiny bit so it's not actually piercing me in the eyes yet. That's my morning view. So beautiful. Just getting some coffee ready, some water boiling for it. I need it. I'm hoping today is going to be a lot better of a day. Yesterday, my depression kicked in. So, I felt fine, but with my depression, it drains every ounce of energy and drive and determination out of me, and every portage just seems so much harder. But I think I realized why I was feeling that way. And it was because day 1, getting everything together, I forgot to take my antidepressant. And I remembered yesterday, but, I was already 24 hours without it in my system. So, you gotta remember that kind of stuff. It was pretty low. But my mood today is really good, considering so much better than it was yesterday. So hopefully the harder portages I have today won't be as bad, or at least as demanding as it was yesterday when I just wasn't feeling it. But yeah, if you have depression and stuff, definitely make sure you take care of it, because it's not something to just try and push your way through to being happy. No. Sometimes you have to have meds. Just been sitting here, slowly packing up camp. I've been watching these 2 loons just float around on the water. They haven't been making noise though. But interesting thing, yesterday while I was on my way here, I met a group of people doing loon research for Kawartha Highlands. I don't know if it was for Kawartha Highlands or for what, but they were doing it in Kawartha Highlands, so I thought that was pretty cool. They were just base camping at one of the lakes and touring around, checking out the loons. The water coming just from my camp, still in Cherry Lake, is absolutely calm. Just a mirror image and blue sky. Really, really nice day. It's gonna be hot though doing those portages. I'm here. Start. Just going through my 1.2 meter portage, and there was a lovely spot for my canoe to sit, so that's fantastic instead of having to pick it up again. Whew. Kind of on about the third of the way through, and it seems like most of my steep stuff is hopefully done. I think the steepest part was about the first 200 meters coming out of the lake. So, hopefully, I got a bit of a break going downhill. Well, I'll let you know if it's probably better one way or the other, but it's a long portage either way. Not if you're used to longer ones, but I like the hike, just not carrying all my stuff. Well, that was an exciting bit to my portage. I dropped my backpack at a certain point and headed back to get the canoe. And on the way back to get the canoe, not even probably 10 feet off the trail, a bear poked its head up out of the bushes. Whew. I don't think I've encountered one that close. It scared me. Started yelling, "Hey bear," and clapping my hands. And it did what it was supposed to do. It looked at me and then ran away. But now I'm just yelling, "Hey bear," every 5 seconds. Just in case. Because chances are, when I came through with my backpack, I passed it and didn't realize it because it was quiet. Bears are just, you never hear them until they're right there. And yeah, on my way back, which wasn't very far, it just happened to be in the berry bushes, and I heard a little branch snap. Looked over expecting like a chipmunk or something. And no, black bear poked his head out. Whew. I'm just glad it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It looked at me, took a second, checked out what I was, and then ran the other way. Unfortunately, the other way was essentially where I was going for my boat. Just in the woods more. So, if anyone sees me on this portage, they're going to be asking why I'm yelling, "Hey bear," every 5 seconds. My hands hurt because I was clapping and... Oh. Of course I didn't... Like, I have some spray. I didn't think there was any reason to use it. My whistles... Didn't even think about them, really. I just started yelling. But, yeah. That was exciting. Whew. Well, I made it to Cloudy Lake. It took me quite a few tries to get here over the last year. I've only really started canoeing in the last year. And it was always just a portage too far. So I'm really happy I finally got here. And it's not a great campsite. It doesn't look very nice, but there's lots of wood, though some of it's green. So tomorrow I'm gonna have a nice fire, and it's a 0 day, so I can rest and relax. But right now I'm gonna go read my hammock because my back is screaming at me. Well, it's like 7 o'clock and I am pretty much done for the day. But that's alright. I wish I brought my chair, kind of. It's just like a mech folding chair that's ultra light. But it was weight. I didn't want to take it, so... But I feel like I'd be able to rest my back while sitting out at the lake or something instead of lying in the hammock. But either way, still a nice view. So I'm appreciative of that. The loons are calling, and there's some kids at the other site across the lake that are trying to call back, so I think that's pretty cute. They're getting a real kick out of it. But yeah, tonight's just gonna be a rest night, probably read, play some Sudoku or something, and then tomorrow probably try trolling around fishing for a while because I have the day to just be. It'll be so great. It is day 4. It's my rest day. And it is so calm on Cloudy. It is so beautiful. Cloudy Lake, and there's like not a cloud in the sky. Just trolled around the lake for a little bit fishing. Caught absolutely nothing. But it's a beautiful lake. Nice scenery, everything. And then when I got back, I went for a little swim, which felt great. It's day 4. I got a good amount of sweat and dirt off me, so yeah. I'm gonna just hang out, read for a bit, continue enjoying my 0 day. Just gonna canoe around Cloudy Lake. patrol for a bit, see if I get anything. I tried earlier, but didn't even get a bite. Got a snag or two, but that's it. I'm just using a little spoon. I think it's a spoon. Right now, it looks like I have the lake completely to myself. I think when I looked, there could be someone at one site. There's 3 on this lake. So, if they show up, I won't be by myself, but for now, I've had the lake to myself since about 9 or so. It's been really quiet. Absolutely gorgeous day. Oh, jeez. I lost it. Probably was a bass because it was jumping pretty good. Damn. Whoa. Holy shit! I got one! I freaking got one! Oh wow! That is awesome! Oh, what do I do now? Off here. Come on, net. There we go, guys. Oh no! Chaos! I told you. Come on, let's get you back in. There he goes. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I'm shaking. That is so awesome. All right, I'm gonna start my last paddle around the lake, see what I catch. It's 8 o'clock, so see if anything's more active. Sun's just going down. Well, I caught a bass. About the same size as the last one that you seen. Yeah. It broke my rod. So... it's a cheap rod. But... yeah. I don't know if I'm going to try and just fish with the short end of it or what, but that's what I'll probably do for a tiny bit. Oh well. Got something. Whoa. Didn't realize he was that close. And oh, not bad for a broken rod. Bass. Oh, popped right off. Beautiful. Another bass. Yay, big. Just gonna let him go. Using the spoon. So beautiful. And I don't think anyone's coming to that campsite that's reserved across the lake, so I have the lake to myself still, which is fantastic. I love it. Whoa, we got something again. Nice. It's so weird. I think that's a rock bass, I think. Just don't hook yourself. Hold on to the fish. There it is. Was that rock bass? Thanks, bud. As soon as I start recording, the loon stops. So, this is probably my last little entry for day 4. I think it's day 4. But, yeah, tomorrow I start my trek back towards Coon Lake. I still have 2 more nights. So, I think that's what it is. Yeah, 2 more nights. Yeah, tomorrow's plan, I need to, yesterday when I was getting here, I lost my 1 water bottle. And I didn't have it on the 900 meter. That's when I realized it was gone, but when I went back for my boat, it was still at the water, and it wasn't with the boat. So that gives me hope that it's either right at the end of the long portage that I have to go into Cox Lake anyways, so I'll be at the end of it. So I can check there, and I can even walk up the portage a little bit, because I know I had it pretty much all the way through, just not entirely sure if I had it right at the end. So if I'm lucky, someone didn't just take it to, because, you know, it's garbage and stuff. People don't want to see that, so people take stuff, which I wouldn't blame them. But I'll be very happy if I can get my water bottle back, my second one. I have 1 more, but I like to have 2. That way I'm just sipping all day. Anyways, I'm going to enjoy the sunset and the loons and whatever else sounds come about. And I will update you in the morning. It is about 6 a.m. morning of day 5. Nice calm morning. Didn't sleep too well last night. I don't know. Yeah, I have 2 more days. Oh, 2 more sleeps, I guess. I can't remember. I think it all gets jumbled together, I think. Just about to head for my site from Cloudy Lake. Doing one last look around, make sure I got everything. Pretty sure I did. Yeah, time to go to Buzzard. Although this is like, it's not the greatest campsite, I like it because there's tons of dead wood in the back there and just everywhere. So to have a fire was great. So this is the marshy area between Cox Lake and I think it's called Loucks. There's a few beaver dams to go up and over, and you have your own little road to travel. And if you go off it, you're gonna be stuck. Beautiful though. Just made it to my site on Buzzard. Essentially, right that way is the portage to Mountain Lake, and just over there will be the portage to Vixen Lake. And it was a hot day. At least 30 degrees. All sun, no cloud, but there was a breeze, so that was a bit of a relief. But I am absolutely drained for energy, hence the hammock. I only set up the hammock so I could sit down, lie down, rest my back, be in the shade. I just boiled water, made a kong pao beef, nice and spicy, I like it. But, and I could just be day 5 camping, so anything could be good. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have a fire or anything tonight. I'm just gonna essentially eat, hang my food, and probably lie down and sleep. The heat, just, it was so hot. And I'm actually burnt today. So, yeah. But yeah, so I had already decided I wasn't gonna have a fire today when I finished my last portage coming here. So I was fine with that, not a big deal. And of course, as soon as I get here, this is one of the sites that has a pile of already cut firewood. So whoever gets this camp next will be very happy. Yep, all the pre-cut firewood, plus a whole bunch of sticks nearby. It would have been so nice to have a fire here tonight, but I'm not staying up. And then I'd feel like I'd have to replace it. And I definitely don't have the energy for that right now. Very nice campsite though. And I'm so happy that it's the west side, so I get shade for the afternoon instead of blaring sun. Good morning, everyone. It is the start of day 6. Tonight is my last night before going home tomorrow. Just watching this beautiful little pink sunrise come up. And I think it's supposed to rain most of the day today, so I don't know how much I'm actually going to record. Just because my phone wet. But yeah, I just had to capture this really nice sunrise before it started getting all rainy. But it'll be a nice change from the last. Well, I've had great weather the whole time pretty much. So hopefully the rain makes it so it's not so hot. I can appreciate that at least. It's about 5:30 now. The sunrise is coming up beautifully. It's supposed to rain like all day today. It says like 10 mils in the morning and 10 mils in the afternoon. And then just before dark it gets sunny. Oh. So, normally I would pack everything up probably right now just to make sure everything was dry and get going sooner than later. My only dilemma is yesterday when I checked the sites just to check them for my camp tonight, someone had booked it yesterday. So if they went, they have until 2 this afternoon before they have to leave. Yeah, so if I leave now or a couple hours from now, if I leave at 9 even, I'll be there at like noon. So that would put me at waiting for possibly 2 hours to even grab my site and then still set up in the rain, all that fun stuff. So, regardless today, I'm getting wet. Which is fine. It's my last full day here. Tomorrow, I think I'm leaving in the morning, just because it's going to be windy in the afternoon. So, yeah, last full day. And it'll be nice to have a change from constant sun and hot weather. So, it'll be fun to trip in the rain for a change, I think. Supposed to let up a little later on. Not completely, but I have until 2 to vacate this camp spot, so I still have some time to wait it out a bit. But last night, during the night, I woke up to something scurrying on my bug net around my hammock. And lo and behold, at first I was thinking it was a chipmunk. And I was thinking, they're usually not active at night. No, it was not a chipmunk, it was a mouse. Just scurrying, just climbing my netting. So I knocked it off, and then I heard it throughout the night trying to get into my pack. So I was really worried that it was going to chew a hole in my pack, but can't really do anything about it. And yeah, when I woke up this morning in a little washroom, I found out that it had somehow opened my Ziploc on my bag with my toilet paper in it and just tore up like half the roll. Luckily, it's my last full day. I leave in the morning tomorrow, so it doesn't really affect me at all. But yeah, that was my surprise in the morning. And yeah, now I'm just trying to stay dry, let it calm down a bit for rain, and then I'm probably going to be canoeing in the rain for a while, but it's not overly windy, so there's the odd gust. But I think I'll feel fine canoeing it. Canoeing in adverse weather, I don't have much experience in, so I do want to definitely get my feet wet, even though they're always wet. But yeah, I definitely want to see how it goes and take my time, just get the experience. And yeah. I assume it'll all go well. I just have to be careful on the portages to make sure I don't slip on any of the rocks and stuff. I have one steep portage that won't be too bad, because I think it was steeper coming into the park instead of going out. And then I got a smaller, like 500, and then a couple like a 10 meter and some beaver dams to go over, but it won't take long to get to my next campsite. And then it's just essentially set up, have supper, go to bed. And I'll be leaving in the morning because it will be windy in the afternoon. So, windier than I'd like to be paddling in. The only positive thing is, at the moment it's saying it's coming from the west. It'll be coming from the west, so if it's really windy, even in the morning when I'm paddling, I can hug the shore on the west side and be somewhat sheltered. So, that's my goal at least. So, it'll work out either way. But yeah, it's a beautiful morning. It's been a relaxing morning. And it's not hot. I'm actually a little bit chilled just because I haven't been moving much, so that's a nice change. And I love the rain anyways, so at home I'm just always watching it from the doorstep. So being right in it, it's calming. I just wish it did it during the night so I'd fall asleep really well. Something about it hitting the tarp just puts me right out. It has been raining all day since 5:36, and it was about 3 hours travel for me here. I'm on Little Turtle Lake. It's my last night, and the sun has come out. It is amazing. I'm really surprised, like, paddling in the rain was just absolutely beautiful. The only downside was I had all my rain gear on first, thinking I'd stay dry, and doing the portages, I ended up getting more soaking wet just from sweating with all of it on. So halfway through my day, I actually took off my rain gear because there was no point in actually trying to stay dry when I was just soaked anyways. But yeah, sun's come out, it's gotten humid, and I am just gonna have some food and relax. I am ready to go home tomorrow. I can't even begin to tell you how much I have enjoyed this trip. It's been a difficult trip, but not impossible, so that was amazing. I planned it perfectly that way. Right now, I'm gonna boil some water and make some pad thai because I am starving. My last portage of the trip is just right over there. Good morning. It is day 7. I have survived the entire 6 nights. I am sore and bitten, but to say this journey was not absolutely fantastic would be ridiculous. I have no words to say how great it was. So, I have one more portage left. It's a 600, almost 700. And my yoke, I don't know if you can see it, but that bracket right there is breaking. I knew something was wrong with it because it was angled and wasn't feeling right, but the yoke itself felt relatively good. But now, today, looking at it better, like it's angled, that side's doing it too. Oh yeah. Well, to be fair, this boat only came with a thwart. But yeah, it's been a well-used canoe in the last little bit. Got a season and a half for a cheap canoe that I just grabbed because I couldn't get a new one. So, no complaints. I just really hope it makes it through that last portage.
go home today. I'm so excited to finally go home. I've been homesick, been missing my daughters like no other, missing my spouse. But 7 days. It's my longest solo trip ever, my hardest solo trip ever. I've had so many challenges during it. Before this trip, I had never done a portage over 700 meters. I double carry everything, so it's always triple. But, so this trip, I did my first 1,200 and almost kilometer in the same day at that. So I thought that was like that's amazing for me. That gives me just so much confidence that I can go other places and really enjoy myself. This trip too, I found that usually my days are like, you paddle for a bit, you might do a few portages, they're small, you get to camp early, and then you still have energy to be like, let's go collect firewood and do camp stuff. Whereas this trip, I was spent by the end of it. And it was like, I pretty much set up, ate, and went to bed. But I didn't feel obligated to make a fire or anything like that. It was just, I felt very, what's the word? Content with how my day went. I survived the day. I made it to my campsite. And just, if you get a chance to try going on a 7-day canoe trip, do it. Especially by yourself. I suffer from depression, so I am my worst critic. But it's crazy. Like, this has been like the biggest gift I could have given to myself, because in the 7 days, my head has been so kind to me. And it has just been so peaceful that way. And there's just been so many absolutely amazing positives that came out of this. I had a bear encounter that worked out fine, thankfully. A little too close for comfort. If it had cubs, I would have been screwed, I think. But luckily, it all worked out. The bear ran off like it was supposed to. And that was on my longest portage at that, so it was like a double experience of just amazingness. So I got to a lake that I've been trying to get to since the beginning of last year, and I always had to change my route because it was just a little too far, at least from where I was starting. If I started from a different spot, I would have been able to make it, but I was determined to, like, that was going to be my long distance lake. So I'm bruised and eaten and but I am just so happy. It has just been the best experience ever. So if you've watched this far, thank you so much.